Earlier this week, the PlayStation 5 logo was announced, and it was pretty much as we expected. But what do I think is going to happen in the coming months on the lead up to the PlayStation 5 launch? In this video, we're going to look at confirmed release games and everything else that we can expect on the lead up to the launch. Let me know your things that you'd like the PS5 to do in the comments down below. Subscribe to this channel if you're new, and also like the video if you enjoy it. Firstly, the logo. It's basically what we expected. It's nothing fancy, it does the job. It's basically got the exact same format that they've had since they released the PlayStation 2. PS followed by a number. You can't really go wrong. And I don't think people particularly care about the logo, but the size of Sony PlayStation as a company has been shown by this announcement. The Instagram post that released the image that is the new logo has a whopping 4 million likes in 14 hours. That is absolutely crazy numbers. That shows just how committed this community is, and the fact that it's such a small announcement and has built so much hype just shows the love for PlayStation. This is marketing at its best for Sony. Little and often we're getting little announcements that give us just a little bit more hype each time, rather than building up to one big announcement that is crammed with so much information that we can't digest it. I can see this continuing throughout this year on the lead up to the launch of the PlayStation 5 because it keeps us talking about it. But when are we going to know more about the PlayStation 5? Well, I see there being a PlayStation State of Play in between March and February time, probably towards the end of Feb, early March, where we'll see basically all of the remainder of the PlayStation 4 games that are yet to come out this year. And then I think at the end we'll get a little sneak peek at what the box is going to look like for the PlayStation 5. We've seen what the Xbox X looks like, and I don't think PlayStation will want to leave it much longer before we see their console. I expect it will probably be one of those "oh, and one more thing" sort of things that are added on to the end of the State of Play episode. But what about games? I don't think that we'll see the PlayStation 5 library until after the summer, or at least after E3. I think potentially that Sony won't be at E3 yet again this year, and if they're not, I can see them doing a live State of Play towards the end of August. Within this announcement show, we'll probably see a little bit more about the console and what it can do, and in addition to that, we'll definitely get a look at some games. I'm now going to run through a load of games. We've got some actual confirmed titles for the PlayStation 5, and in addition to that, I've thrown in some that I would like to see / expect to see come out at the PlayStation 5's launch or little after that. Horizon Zero Dawn 2. There's been rumours forever that there's going to be an announcement of a sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, the PlayStation 4 exclusive that did so well on the platform. An actress called Janina Gavanka that appeared in the DLC for the first game all but confirmed the sequel is coming in an interview. She said, "You're gonna die. I know some secrets. You're gonna die." I wonder how pissed off Guerrilla were when they saw that this actress had randomly leaked that a sequel was in the works. Yeah, bet that wasn't a nice morning at the office. I've got a high suspicion that this is going to be a launch title, and I can see that being the reason why a lot of people decide to jump on the PlayStation 5 bandwagon from day one, as opposed to holding off and waiting for a little bit of time to go by. FIFA 21. It'll be there on PS4 and on PS5, and I won't be buying it. I've been hurt too many times now. Plus, I've got a bet on with the missus. If I don't buy FIFA 21, she has to pay for me to have a game of my choice. It's worth it, I'm telling you. Godfall. This is one of the confirmed PlayStation 5 launch titles. It's an RPG third-person looter slasher. Don't know what that means, but sounds exciting. So far, all I've seen is like a cinematic announcement for the game. Looks cool, got a few different characters and voices in it. It could go on to be quite a cool little launch title that will probably get a lot more traction because it's one of the few games that are on the console. Call of Duty Black Ops 5. This is another one of those games that is basically announced to come out as a launch title for the PlayStation 5. It's said to be a cross-gen release, meaning it'll come out on the PS4 and the PS5, and I can see it probably working out that you can play with PS4 players and PS5 players in the same lobby, and I don't see it being a massive hit, if I'm honest with you. It'll sell high in units just because it is one of the few games on the platform at release. But for me, I don't see it being any better than Modern Warfare. I enjoy that game a lot. I don't see Black Ops 5 being any better than that, but I am ready to be proven wrong. The Elder Scrolls 6. We'll probably know a lot more about this game by the time the PS5 comes out, but don't expect it to be a launch title. When this game does come out, it's likely to be the biggest and most immersive RPG of all time. But we won't see it for a while, I don't think. Will we see Skyrim released on another console, I wonder? I mean, you can basically play it on your toilet seat at this point. Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 will most likely be too far off to be a release title on the PlayStation 5, but we're pretty much guaranteed to see it come out in that console's lifetime. I've got some unpopular opinions on Grand Theft Auto, so if you want to hear them, hit a like on this video and let me know in the comments. Assassin's Creed Kingdom. This has already been confirmed to be about Vikings, which is quite a nice period in history to do a game on, and it was confirmed in the Division 2 via a random little poster that someone found as a bit of an Easter egg, and I reckon it'll probably be confirmed as a launch title. Black Flag was released alongside the PlayStation 4. I actually got it in the bundle with the PS4, and I see this being continued with the PlayStation 5 and Kingdom. It would be pretty silly for them to not try and get those day one sales alongside the console's release. Lord of the Rings Gollum. This game is due for release in the fall of 2020, and it's been quoted to be coming to all relevant console platforms at that time. So surely that means it'll be coming out on the PlayStation 5. PlayStation All-Stars Arena. This is rumoured to try and rival Smash Bros. And will basically include loads of PlayStation franchises, all the characters from them, battling it out in changing worlds and stages that we can see in the games. I can't wait to fight as Spyro taking on Sackboy and torching that little sock puppet. There are a few games that are actually already confirmed for PlayStation 4 that are likely to feature on PS5 at some point with enhanced graphics and load times. Games like Dying Light 2, Death Stranding, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk 2077 and Final Fantasy XIV will all be expected to be ported over to the new console. Expect to see all those games come out on both consoles. Of course, some of them are already out on the PlayStation 4, but with the PlayStation 5, I believe I'm right in thinking that you can actually play games from your PS4 discs on the PlayStation 5. So before you go and buy any games again for the new console, just bear that in mind to try and save some pennies. So there we have it, a load of PlayStation release titles to get excited for. Which one of those do you think are going to be available on day one and you are the most excited about? Let me know in the comments down below. As for the rest of the lead up to launch, expect there to be a big drive on first party game exclusives. I expect this to be the big selling point for PlayStation, and Xbox X is probably going to be shouting the most powerful console card again. They are the most powerful console, but as history shows, that doesn't always make you sell more. After all, video games, that's what gamers want. So there's everything we know about the PlayStation 5 so far, from its logo to its confirmed release date titles. What are you most excited for, and which games do you want to see? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. I'll have an outtakes video coming out soon. It's basically all of me recording this video. Like, I messed it up so many times.